Why do I keep having these problems? Alrighty, it looks like this is working, but for some reason, I can't actually see.
Alrighty, it looks like this is.
But yeah, for some reason, I can't actually see myself on the screen. Anyway, let's remove that. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending where you are joining us in the world. And welcome to another live stream with me, Wasim, on every Thursday, where we are going to discuss all different type of topics from wealth mindset, macroeconomics, fundamentals in crypto, and all these different topics that we don't usually cover in our other live streams. So today, I actually want to speak to you guys about a very current affair that's happening right now. It doesn't take you have to be living under a rock to not know that the world is going through a crisis. There is global economic turmoil around the world. There are sanctions between countries. There's a war happening in Europe. There's an energy crisis in Europe. Inflation, everything. UK's got some crazy inflation numbers going on out there. So depending, wherever you are in the world, people are struggling. Now, I'm going to show you guys just quickly just a couple of different headlines just to show you exactly how bad this recession is at the moment. So first of all, let's look at this. UK already in a full-year recession as Europe faces tough winter. S&P Global says. So we've discussed about the challenges that are happening in Europe. There's been countries in Europe where they're actually, like Spain, for example, is now stopping people from putting the air conditioning on below 27 degrees in summer and above 19 degrees in winter. So basically means there's no use in having an air conditioning during summer or winter because you can't make it heat or cool because of the energy crisis. Is a global recession coming? This is from Al Jazeera. Is a global recession coming? More experts are raising the alarm. Stanley document sees a hard landing in 2023 with a possible deeper recession than many expect. Global economic growth could grind to a halt and spark a global recession next year, OECD says. Prepare for a long and ugly recession. Dr. Doom, the economist who predicted the 2008 crash. Another one, risk of a global recession 2023 rising amid stimulus rate hikes. And another one, a Morgan Stanley forecast Aussie house prices to plummet by 20%. So the reason I'm showing you these guys is because wherever you go today, and whenever you turn on the news, this is all we're hearing about. We're hearing about cost of living going up. We're hearing about prices going up in energy, recession globally, economic turmoil. So a lot of people out there are scared. So how can we navigate through this and then be able to find a way that we can come out of this stronger than ever before? Now, in one of my previous lives, I've already spoken to you guys about one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich. And I said to you guys that in this book, most of the people in this book made their money during a global depression and a global recession. It's because during a recession, there is opportunities for us as people to be able to find opportunities that we can get involved in that will make that the rest of the world is too scared to get into, that can create generational wealth for us. Now imagine, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, imagine that you use this recession as an opportunity for you to invest in the right type of assets that are going to boom after this recession so that you can create generational wealth. Imagine being able to leave a legacy behind, not just for you, but for your children, your grandchildren, and even maybe their grandchildren, because you did the right thing during this recession that created so much wealth that you've been able to pass it on over and over and over again. This can happen, and it has happened in the past. And if we play our cards correctly, we can multiply our wealth and even create generational wealth. So before we get into this, let's actually have a look at what the definition of a recession is. So I'm going to share my screen again and bring up Investopedia. So according to Investopedia, a recession is sometimes defined as 2 consecutive quarters of decline in real gross domestic product, which measures the combined value of all the tools, of all the goods and services produced by economy. Now, in the US, the NBER defines a recession as a significant decline in economic activity that is spread across the economy and lasts for more than a few months. So how does a recession happen? All right. First of all, we've heard since the pandemic started, we heard that inflation is going to be transitory. Inflation is good. Now they're trying to curb inflation with increasing interest rate hikes. So first of all, when a recession happens, it starts to spread like wildfire, because the essence of a recession is fear. And when people are scared, people start behaving differently. First of all, what has happened in the past couple of years, all our governments around the world started printing money. There's like there's no tomorrow because of the pandemic, giving money to people thinking that this is going to help overcome the pandemic or resolve any of the issues that they have. So this then started a global increase in the money supply. Now, anybody that knows anything about economics understands that, when you have too much supply of something, you reduce the value of it. Supply and demand is economics 101. You learn that at high school. So as governments started to supply more and more money, the value of money started to go down, and therefore inflation started to go up. And now this was called quantitative easing. Now what they're doing is quantitative tightening. Now, quantitative tightening is then increasing interest rates, trying to reduce spending, and trying to reduce the growth of the economy. Now, when this starts to happen, then this starts to play on people's mindset. And then this fear of a recession coming or of inflation starts to change people's behavior. What people start doing is start to cutting costs where they can. Instead of going out to buy brand new shoes, they might get fixed the shoes. Instead of buying brand new cars, they'll buy a secondhand car. We've seen this right now. We've seen this in Australia. The prices of secondhand cars is going through the roof. Doesn't help that we have a global supply chain issue, which means cars aren't being imported. People start to change and look for cheaper brands, trying to find ways they might even buy cheaper cuts of meat. This then reduces the amount of money in the economy, and then this starts to have a domino effect, if you like. So businesses start to make less money, they start spending less money, they start laying people off, and then the cycle continues, and that's how we go into a recession. People spend less money on luxury items and whatnot. So this starts retracting profit out of businesses, and therefore the economy starts to shrink, which is what the government's trying to do now. This usually reduces inflation, and then after that, people, they'll have quantitative easing, or people will start spending more money as confidence starts to come back, and then we usually go in a boom. It doesn't take you don't have to be a historian to see that, after every recession that we've had in the past, we had a big, an era of growth afterwards, whether it was the 2020, the 2023 recession, the 2007, 2008 global financial crisis. After all of those, we had an era of growth. And it's during that era of growth that people make a lot of money. Because at the end of the day, recessions is just a rebalancing of wealth. Sometimes some people have too much money, and then during a recession, that starts to get rebalanced because of the things that I said. People start spending less, and then people start making less profit, and therefore that's the rebalancing of wealth. But what we do know is after every dark night, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So what can we do as people to understand how we can prepare ourselves for the upcoming boom that's coming? And this is one of the things that I actually wanted to discuss with you guys today. And this is obviously not financial advice, and I would advise all of you to go out and do your research. The first thing that you can do is learn financial literacy. One of the biggest problems we have in our education system today is financial literacy is not taught. You and I aren't taught how to manage our money. We are not taught how to put money aside for investment, how to put money aside for short-term spending, long-term spending, immediate spending. We're just taught to save for a rainy day. How many people have heard this? Work hard, save money, put your money in a retirement fund, like, your superannuation, your 401k, whatever it is in your country, and then live off that. Now, even this morning, I saw that I was at the gym, and I think it was a Today Show or something. I can't remember what show it was. It was on the TV at the gym, but they were doing a whole segment about that there is a fear right now that people's retirement funds aren't going to make it, and people are going to run out of money when they get into retirement. It's because we're not given that financial education to think long term and have that delayed gratification. Whenever we go to a shopping center, whenever we go out, there's always the buy now, pay later, interest-free terms, etc., etc. There's that consumerism mentality of kicking the debt down the road so that we can have what we want right now and not have to worry about it down the track, and worry about the payment for it down the track is what I'm trying to say. So the first thing that you need to be doing is educate yourself on financial literacy. Get yourself some education. Books like, The Richest Man in Babylon has some really, really great books. Books like The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. This one is by George Clayson. T. Harv Eker, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Come to our education. We teach our members all about this. If you do want to come to our education, I'll put here the Decrypting Crypto. So just jump onto Decrypting Crypto, get a free course that has a lot of basic information around financial literacy, and then you can then learn from there and go to a next step and find out more if you're interested. So that's running up on there, guys. Go to decryptingcrypto.com, get your free course to start your financial literacy education. Then you've got to understand that during a recession, cash is king. During a recession, you want to make sure that you have a constant supply or constant stream of cash coming in. So you want to make sure that your job is secure. You want to make sure that your business is secure. You make sure that you've got cash coming in on a regular basis to be able to help you get through this recession. Once you have that, then you want to budget your cash or your income so that you are living. And this is one of the first rules you learn in this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. The first rule you learn is to put 10% away of your income for investments. Now, honestly, guys, you might be sitting there thinking, but you don't know my situation with Sam. I'm barely making a day to day. I can tell you from experience you will shrink and expand according to the income that you make. I've been there. I've been at stages in my life where I was making multiple six figures per year, and we still struggle to make ends meet. And I've been in stages in my life where we're living on a single income, and we were struggling to make ends meet. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how much money you're making. What matters is your mindset around it. What matters is how you're managing your money. Once you learn to manage your money and then make your lifestyle fit to what you can, instead of living outside or over what beyond your means, as they say, living beyond your means is what's going to cause you to have more and more problems down the track. Now, what I did probably about 10 or 12 years ago, when I was in that situation, making, between my wife and I, making multiple six-figure incomes per year, but still struggling to make ends meet, we went and got professional help. That was when we first started our financial literacy. We put a budget in place. We started looking at all our bills, started to budget how much do we need per week, how much do we need per month, how much do we need per quarter, and how much do we need per year. And these were all different bills that had to be paid. Plus, we started saving for holidays. We started saving to buy cars. And then all of a sudden, we're able to have whatever we want and be able to live the life that we want within the budget that we had. So that's the first thing that you want to do. You want to, first of all, get educated. Make sure, the second thing is you want to make sure that your cash flow is stable. And third thing is you want to make sure that you are managing your cash flow so that you are living within your means, not going out there and getting into more and more debt, especially right now during what's happening in the world right now. Interest rates are through the roof. You don't want to be borrowing and paying the rates that are out there right now. And also work at putting 10% of your income, at least. That's the first step that you should be doing. There's a lot more that you can do when it comes to money management, but the first and simplest step is live on 90% of your income and put 10% of your income somewhere for investments. Because it's during the time when there is a recession that a lot of the investments out there, a lot of the commodities out there, whether it's shares, whether it's crypto, whether it's property, whatever it is, prices go down. They go on sale. It's like a fire sale. And it's during that time that you can go ahead and invest in those. And when the market does turn and confidence comes back, then you'll start reaping those rewards. Another thing you can do is look for business opportunities or businesses that are going to solve problems that are currently needed. Because what happens in a recession? What happens in a recession is people start to look for alternatives. So if you look at the history, like Airbnb, for example, Groupon, these were all companies that were started in the 2008 global financial crisis because they identified that people don't want to spend money on hotels, for example, like Airbnb, but they still want to go out, they still need accommodation. So Airbnb was born. Groupon, people were looking for discounts, so Groupon went and created a website where you can get multiple discounts on products from all different types of companies. So that is the fourth thing that you can do. Look for those businesses, or maybe even start a business in your own local community. Is there a need or a service that needs to be provided in your local community that nobody else is doing it, that you can provide at a good price, especially right now? Like we saw this during the pandemic. We saw many restaurants, who were very innovative. What they did was they knew they had to shut down. They couldn't get people, so they did something different. They went completely to delivery, and now we all know how big Uber Eats and all those type of DoorDash and whatnot is. They went straight delivery or drive-throughs, but they made a way to get people to come and spend money with them, get what they want, and still be able to deal with the global situation. Once you've looked at those things that I just mentioned, so financial literacy, get educated, make sure your cash flow is stable, manage your money, look for business opportunities that are available right now, like that nobody else is doing, and it's a need that is needed right now. Can you find a way that you can undercut some of the big brands and provide a similar service or product at a cheaper price? People would love that. That's what they're looking for. And then start looking with that 10%, start looking to dollar cost average in to an investment of your choice. Now, obviously, we are big fans of crypto. We are crypto enthusiasts. We love crypto. We understand that crypto is the way of the future, and the opportunities right now, like Bitcoin's at $20,000. Now, I know some of you, or whatever it is today, around the $20,000 mark. Now, I know a lot of people out there might think, well, Bitcoin's gone down from $65,000 or $69,000 all-time high down to $20,000. Why should I invest in it? That is the exact reason why you should be investing in it. Because Bitcoin is here to stay. Bitcoin is one of those is probably the only cryptocurrency that I have 100% conviction is going to outlast anything that's coming. There's a lot of projects out there that may or may not outlast or may not be able to get through it, but that's where you start needing to learn and start needing to have someone who, either do your own research or learn of someone how to do your own research or have someone guide you through what it is to do. But none of this is financial advice, but you've got to go out there and look for those opportunities. Get into promising projects. For example, what we're doing for some of our members is we've got NFTs that pay out Bitcoin. So this is a great opportunity because you can buy an NFT once off and you get a passive income on a monthly basis of Bitcoin. So find these type of projects. And if you don't know where to look, again, guys, Decrypting Crypto is the place you've got to go. Jump on it. Get your free course and then go from there and reach out if you need any more help. So these are the steps that you should be doing right now to prepare you and your family for generation wealth. If you can control your cash flow, if you start getting educated, finding those really rare opportunities, they're not that rare if you know what you're looking for, to be honest, but finding those opportunities that are going to boom in the next bull cycle and invest in them, even if it's a little bit amount of money. Like if you've come to one of our events, you would have seen that has someone invested in some of the protocols that we invested in back in the last bear market, a $500 investment could have turned into $160,000 in the bull market. Do not underestimate the power of the bear market and investing right now in the bear market. So right now, a lot of people are scared. And as Warren Buffett says, we do the opposite of what people are doing. When people are fearful, be greedy. And when people are greedy, be fearful. Don't follow the masses. Stand out from what the rest are doing. Do your own education. Go and get your own education. Do your own research and find out how you can protect your wealth and your family's wealth and create generational wealth for you and your family in the future. That's it for me, guys. I've been going for about 20 minutes now. Apologies about the beginning. My live stream wasn't showing my video on there, but I know it's working. So we'll get that fixed for next time. And make sure we'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock, same time, same channel for our DC live stream. That's it for me. Peace out. Have a great day and make sure you're staying safe out there and don't let all the FUD, the fear, uncertainty and doubt that's been propagated in the media stop you from securing your financial future. Have a great night. Bye-bye.